Welcome to Am I the A-Hole, where OP refused to help his family who threw him out of home when he was 21 and struggling for success. Everyone in my family, literally everyone, is a high school dropout, and many of them are alcoholics. The highest grade any of them completed was 10th. I, 28-year-old male, was forced by my parents to drop out of school because my mental health was declining day by day. My health problems arose mainly because I had started drinking at 15. After recovering from the illness, I quit drinking and decided to start my life journey again, this time in a different direction. So, I asked my parents that I want to join the school again, but they refused, saying they didn't have enough money to finance my schooling. Instead, they advised me to find a job, no matter what nature, because they thought I was useless and would waste their money by joining the school. So, I started working as a waiter in a nearby restaurant. As I was interested in studying further, I got my high school certificate from an online school. After completing it, I joined college for music and planned to become a musician. When my parents came to know that I had got a high school diploma and was in college, they were surprised and kind of happy. However, when I told them that I have taken music, they told me music is not worth anything. They said I will end up homeless and would be running after them for shelter, or would end my life. One of my sisters even called me that I would either be a drug addict or a male prostitute. My father just kicked me out of his home. It was very insulting for me. However, my older sister Emma, 32-year-old female, and her husband, 33M, defended me and allowed me to live with them until I completed my degree. I did a part-time job to finance my education, and my sister and brother-in-law also sometimes supported me, and I got my degree 3 years ago. During college, I had another problem, which was with my last name. As is the norm, I share my last name with my family members. Because of this name, most people in town would not like me, because my family members are not only dropouts and alcoholics, but they are also racist, homophobic, and bear almost every bad quality a person can have. In contrast, I don't discriminate and have been supportive to everyone, and really don't care about skin color. So, after completing college, I left the town for New York, where I joined a production house as a musician, and after 4 years of struggle, now I am one of the most famous musicians in the city. I have a lot of followers on social media and have also judged a music show. Now, I earn well above the average. Last week, my parents and siblings came to ask for financial help and to let them live with me or help them repair their home. I refused straightforwardly and didn't give them a penny. I said you people didn't help me when I needed you. Not only this, when I started doing things on my own that you didn't like, you threw me out of the home. Now, you are asking me for help. Listening to all this, they returned home disappointed. Now, I am a little bit confused, and that is why I am on the Reddit. So, am I the jerk? OP is not an AH, and of course it is not his responsibility to uphold those mistreated him during his most vulnerable years. So, I would give OP 0 out of 5 on the AH scale, and would rate all other family members, except OP's sister Emma, 3 out of 5 on the AH scale. Let's now move on to another Am I the A-Hole, where OP shares bed with one of his female friends without his girlfriend's consent. My girlfriend Joyce, 22 years old female, and I, 26 years old male, have been in a relationship for 3 years now. We have known each other since childhood, because we lived in the same building and went to the same high school. However, I was 3 years senior to her, and this was what turned our kind of friendship into a romantic relationship. She would often come to me for help with mathematics, because I was very good at math. After 2 months of her continuous visits, we fell in love with each other. Not only have we been together for a long time, but we also have a very strong and intimate relationship. I moved to New York 6 months ago on a special project launched by my employer company, but Joyce is still in our hometown, teaching in a private elementary school. After 2 months of my arrival in New York, an old female friend of mine named Andrea, 23 years old female, also joined the same company. Andrea was also in the same high school as were Joyce and me, and was 2 grades junior to me. We were very good friend, and even we were roommates for a year later in the college. But our relation was just up to friendship. 2 months ago, with some of our friends, we went on a trip to Grand Canyon National Park. We rented a hotel in Grand Canyon Village. As the hotel was expensive, we decided to share rooms and even beds. As a result of this arrangement, I ended up sharing a bed with Andrea. After spending 7 days on the trip, we returned to work and our routine schedule. I didn't tell my girlfriend about this as I didn't think it was an issue, because it is common among friends to share a bed. However, Andrea sharing a bed with me was not acceptable to Joyce's boyfriend Oliver, 29 years old male. When he came to know about this, he had a fight with Andrea, and this fight ended up in their breakup. This breakup was an alarming situation for me. I thought if Joyce came to know about this, she might behave like Oliver. So, I reached out to Andrea and asked her not to share the incident of us sleeping together in the same bed with anyone anymore. However, the next day, the whole office knew the reason for Oliver and Andrea's breakup. Through a common friend, my girlfriend came to know that I slept with Andrea in the same bed. However, unexpectedly, she didn't share any concerns or indications that she had a problem with it. Fast forward to now, when I am at home, she confronted me yesterday and said that she was talking to some friends of hers about how she is quite a lenient girlfriend, and shared the story of my sleeping with Andrea. She told me that her friends told her that she is a fool, and I am cheating on her. Narrating what her friends had said, she said, "I am sure that you are cheating on me." When I told her that we slept in the same bed because of the rooms were really expensive, she interrupted and asked if I really needed to care about the rent of a room for a week. In a reminding style, she told me that my annual earning was around $130,000 USD, and it was enough even for a person who had dependents to support, and I was not supporting anyone. I was kinda speechless for 5 seconds. I told her that actually I slept with Andrea in the same bed because all our colleagues were couples, and only we two had come without our partners. Every couple rented a room, but Andrea could not afford a room, so we decided to share a room. When it came to renting a room, all rooms with twin beds were booked, and there were only rooms that each had one full bed. So we rented a room where we shared a bed. She refused to accept this explanation. Not only she refused to accept my explanations for sharing a bed with Andrea, she also said that I must be sleeping with other girls as well. Saying all this, she left for his home. When she said that I must be sleeping with other girls, I felt to be called a male prostitute and characterless person. However, now I think I should have not slept with Andrea, or at least should have told Joyce all about this. So, am I the AH? Here, OP is an AH because sharing a bed with someone of the opposite, especially without informing his girlfriend, is a clear violation of trust. Regardless of whether something happened between OP and his female friend, it cannot be justified. It is not only about sharing the bed, it is also a matter of hiding all this from OP's girlfriend. There is something fishy about it. So, I would rate OP 2 out of 5 on the AH scale. Transparency and honesty are key in relationships, and OP failed in that regard. What do the Mac Reddit fans think? Is the OP an AH or not? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like the stories I brought you, just hit the like button, share them as much as you can, and don't forget to subscribe to Mac Reddit for a daily dose. Bye bye. See you tomorrow with some more spicy fries.